If you have the time in the morning, you can follow working with the face with an exercise that we have discussed before, bringing your shoulders to your ears as high as you can and holding it until you just really feel the tension. Really feel the tension. Feel the heat and the warmth. And then dropping it. Pull the shoulders up as if you were a turtle trying to cover your head. Now while you're doing that, slowly turn your head to the right. Slowly turn your head to the left. Let your head go back, but at the same time keep the shoulders up, even to the point where your arm's shaking. In other words, be antagonistic. Fight against your head's desire to go back to the left and to the right. Force your head to go forward, but fight it going forward. Do that and then drop your shoulders. Now I want you to be aware of all the sensations that you are now feeling after you've done that. And if you have your eyes closed when you do that, you may even have visual after images or sense a clear white light in the area of the Ajna chakra, or you might notice some intensities occurring in other areas of your body. Do that a couple of times. Now what I want you to do is slowly turn your head to the left, slowly, until you can feel strain in your neck. Now slowly move your head and turn it to the right. You can also be making faces while you're doing that. Some people, as they're turning their head to the left and right, will sometimes have their head go around and around. And some people will feel a minor sense of tension release. Other people will feel slightly nauseous. If you feel slightly nauseous and you don't like that feeling, throw up. That's good for you too. That also breaks up moods. Throwing up deliberately, which we'll discuss in more detail on the next CD, is very, very, very important. I believe I brought the gag reflex up in one of my books, but it needs to be discussed in detail. There's a lot of mistakes that people make in that area. So we've worked on our neck, we've worked on our shoulders, and we've worked on our face. Also, it's a good idea if you can in the morning, because the morning often sets the tone for the entire day, is to play music which you want to affect your attitude for the day. That is, if you're going to be doing something very significant, you may want to put on music which symbolizes that. If you're going to be doing something that requires you to be quiet and laid back and listening, you might want to put on music of that kind. You, of course, know what affects you, because music is very, very important. If you're ever severely depressed, or even mildly depressed, or very bored, or if you have what is called writer's block, or any kind of block, like before you go out on a date, do the face exercise and do the shoulder exercise. You'll be amazed how much freer you will feel, how much more spontaneous you will be. You won't be reflecting on the screen in your mind. You'll just be responding naturally to the situation. And this brings us to a very important point. Most people respond to, quote, their own voices in their own mind. So, what happens when you do that? You're not here in the present. You're in your mind. You're in your interpretations. You're in your labels. This limits you. It limits you from opportunity. It limits you from enjoyment. Again, the face exercise will break all of this up. Use the face and the shoulders before you take on any significant activity. Whether it's going for a new job, whether it's going for an examination, In other words, so little actually takes place in your so-called deliberate consciousness. We want to get you out of that so-called reflective state for a moment and get you back into your natural consciousness. Because all the work is being done out of consciousness. So the concept of higher consciousness is actually absurd. What you want is to trust all the things and all the experiences you've had all your life that are there, that relate and react to the here and now and to reality to be in charge. And not all your anxieties, which are often reflected by the mind chatter that continually goes on in most people's brains, day in and day out, night in and night out.